Hello, my name is Neil, and this is my final project for programming class. For my final project, I have created a text based adventure game in a C Sharp called The Lost Temple. The goal of the game is to explore an ancient temple, move through different rooms, collect important items, and reach the final crystal chamber to win the game. So basically, my game is inspired by the classic text based adventure game like Zork. When the player types a command to move around and interact with the game world. In my project, I created a separate class called Room. The class stores information for each room in the game. Each room has a name, description, and the four directions north, south, east, and west. The direction variable are integers. Each number connects uh, the current room to another room in the room array. For example, if the north value is 1, that means going to north takes the player to the room number 1. If the value is negative 1, that means the player cannot go to the direction. I have also created a method called getExits. This method checks if the directions are available and display them to the players. If we go back again to the program CS, this is my main program file. At the beginning of the program, I had created an array of the rooms. Uh, this assignment requires an array, so I used the line to store all the 15 rooms. My game has exactly 15 rooms, which meets the project requirements. So I have also created an inventory list. The inventory stores item the player finds during the game, such as ancient key and the crystal shards. So the program asks the player for the name at the beginning of the game. The method is called a string variable called player name. Uh, then the game uses the player's name in the prompt when asking where they want to go. So this makes the game feel more personal because the player name appears during the gameplay. Uh, while if we go to the loop, uh, the game loop, while playing loop, we'll be able to see. The main part of the game runs inside a while loop. This is important because the player needs to be able to keep moving around the map until they either quit or win the game. So this loop keeps running while the variable playing is true. This one. Inside the loop, the game displays the current room name, the room descriptions, and the available exit and the player's inventory. Then it asks the player what command they want to type. The player can move. The player can move north, south, east, and west, and I've also added the shortcuts so the player can type N, S, E, or W. When the player types the direction, the program check if that direction is available or not. If the room has a valid number for that direction, the player moves to the next room. Or if the value is the negative one, the game tells the player if that they cannot go that way. If the next room is negative one, this meets the requirement that the player must be able to move around and get a message if they try to go into block directions. I have create create So this method creates all 15 rooms in a game. Each room has a name, a description, and a four directions value. For example, the temple entrance has a north exit, but it does not have a south, east, or a west exit. This is why those directions are negative one. This If the player starts with the room zero, which is the temple entrance, the room are connected together, so the player can move back and forth instead of only moving in a straight line. Or if we go to the check spatial room events, I have also added the spatial events to make the game more interesting. When the player enters the forgotten kitchen, they automatically find an Asian key, right? So then, when the player reaches the treasure vault, the game checks if they have the ancient key or not. If they do have it, the lock chest open and the player receives the crystal shards. Finally, when the player reaches the crystal chamber with the crystal shards, they basically win the game. So I'll just go ahead and run the game. Uh, now the game shows. Now the game starts by asking for my name, and I will enter my name. Now the game shows the first room, the temple entrance, if the given description and shows the available exits. If type, I typed, I typed the north, right? So now I move to the temple entrance to the main hall, and then I type east. Now I have moved east into the guard room. Now I type south, South, south. Now I have moved south into the forgotten kitchen. This room has a special event, so the game gives me the Asian key. If I type inventory, we will be able to see Inventory. You are carrying an Asian key. So now I can type inventory to. So like you can basically type an inventory to check if you have anything in your inventory or not. So now I'm carrying an Asian key. So basically the Asian key appears in my inventory. Uh, Anywho, uh, if we go further into the east direction, the game also will be able to see if the game also handles the block direction. See, nothing happens. When I try to go to the direction this that is not available, it tells me that I cannot go that way. So if we continue from the Forgotten Kitchen to the south, now I have go to the south to the prison cell. And if I go further into the east, now I go to east to the treasure vault. Since I already have the ancient key, the game opens the chest and gives me the crystal shards. If we go further into the east, here you go. So now I'll go east to the crystal chamber. Since I have the crystal shard, the game recognizes it that I have completed the objective. So this is the ending of the game. The player wins by finding an ancient key, opening the treasure vault, collect the crystal shard, and reaching the crystal chamber. So my project meets the final project requirements because it has 15 rooms, a room class, a game loop, an array of rooms, player input, directions, directionals movement, blocked direction messages, an inventory system, and the way to quit or finish the game. Thanks for watching my final project walkthrough. See you in the next video.